Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international broadcast, broadcasting through all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to talk to you a little bit about today is not only just the power of the internet, not only just the power of social media, not only that, but the power of press releases and how you can actually have your message go completely viral. Now, what do I mean by that? Guys, do you realize right now that we are on what's called a Google Hangout? Now, one of the reasons why I love to incorporate Google Hangouts into my marketing campaign is a couple of reasons. Number one, I can do millionaire mentoring and I can be broadcast to 9 different cities, and each one of those leaders can have people in a room filled with people. So I could have New York, I could have Tennessee, I could have Texas, I could have the Caribbean, all the way across here on the bottom, and every one of those people could have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 people each. And what I do is I have all of them muted, and then I can unmute one at a time. I can connect with the leader. The leader can share the questions from his group or her group, report back to me. I'm now on a big screen or on a TV or in a boardroom or in somebody's living room or their family room, and I'm broadcast like this, okay, across the nation, guys. This is the power of the internet. Now, one of the things that I'm going to tell you guys is that if you truly want to become a master at recruiting, a master at networking, guys, what I want to do here is I want to share with you the fact that the number one reason why people fail with this particular type of a business model is that they think it's a pitching model. They think it's a features and benefits. They think it's about, this is what most companies teach, just so you know. So if you're doing this, then, don't take it offensively or anything. But they say, well, hey, you go to these great restaurants, you go to these great movies, like you tell other people about these movies, right? Well, it'll work the same way. Guys, it doesn't work the same way. And when you start telling your blah, 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 blah story, nobody cares. Bottom line, the thing that you got to understand about networking is this, guys, and it's real simple. It's real simple when you think about it. And if we were to open up our panel down here and find out from each one of these people, in fact, I may just do that just so that you guys can see this. First of all, there's only 2 types of people that ever get involved in networking, okay? The first type is a person that's in a state of what's called transition. Now, what is transition? Transition means they're in between career changes. A transition is that they just lost their job. There's been cutbacks, downsizing. There's been a situation where they just got a divorce, right? Or they've broken up from their relationship. So they're in a state of transition, okay? They're moving from this reality here to this reality over here, okay? That's called a transition. The other type in transition are people that are currently involved in another network marketing company, and that company has basically slashed their marketing plan. So they've changed their marketing plan, and those people that were on the top got their incomes cut in half. Okay, so they call it enhancing their marketing plan. And if you're a leader in this industry, you will know that maybe if you were making $15,000, $20,000 a month, you're now making only $10,000 or $7,500, but we've got revenue share now, guys, someplace out there in the future that maybe you'll get, but who knows? But in the meantime, your family's suffering because your paycheck just got slashed. Those people are pissed off right now, guys. That's true. This really happens in this industry. Those are all transitionary stages. You've either a job loss, a divorce situation, or the person is in another network marketing company. There's been a pay cut, and now they're looking for a new company, okay? The other type of people that look at this industry are people that have reached what's called a breaking point in their life. They're not making enough money where what they're doing right now. They have a vision of freedom. They have a vision of financial freedom. And it's normally triggered by some life event that happens for them. Okay, their kids need braces, they get in a car accident, their parents are sick, something happens, their kids are sick, that puts them into a tailspin. Okay, maybe their credit cards are fully maxed out, now they've missed a mortgage payment, right? And they realize if they don't change something really fast, they're going to go into bankruptcy is really what's going to happen. They can't keep on supporting the debt load, and it gets more and more and more and more, and finally they just crumble, okay? It could be a situation where the person is working on an hourly rate, and they're already working 2 jobs, so there's no more hours in the day, or they're working on a salary, and the boss keeps on asking them to do extra stuff. We just need this report done for tomorrow. Can you finish that up? Hey, over the weekend, can you just handle this? We got this big thing on Monday. Can you just handle that for us? So, guys, what happened for me, that's where I came from. I came from being a corporate executive, vice president of marketing for a public company, and my day started at 5:30 in the morning. Okay, the market opened up at 6. I had to handle the investor relations department, and that went until 1. And then that's when my real job started, which was to go get sales and marketing contracts and joint venture deals for the company so that the following day or a couple days later, we could put out a press release to help the stock go up higher because we brought in more sales. So a lot of times what would happen, guys, is that the CEO of the company would say, Darren, we got to get this press out. Well, what do you mean we got to get a press out? It's the end of the day. Well, we're going to have to stay up all night and figure out this press, right? So I would write all the way through the night, guys, all-nighters. Sometimes not 1 night, 2 nights in a row where I'm working 24/7 for this corporation. I literally sold my life to the corporation. Guys, I reached what's called a breaking point, okay? So, those are the 2 types. Now, what I want to do here is this. Now, we've got a couple people that have just come on here, so you may have missed the first part. But Alvin, are you there? Can you unmute, or is it Ovin? Ovin? Are you there? Okay, we're going to have to go on to the next one here. I'm going to have to mute you out. Okay, let's go to Bashan. Bashan, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So, Bashan, let me ask you this. Based upon what's happening in your life right now, would you consider yourself to be a person that's in transition or a person that's at a breaking point in your life?
I'm at a breaking point, I would say.
A breaking point. Okay. Dodie Johnson, would you consider yourself to be a person that's in transition or a person that's reached a breaking point in your life?
I believe that I was at a breaking point at one time, and now I'm in a state of transition.
Transition. Okay, great. Okay, so Cammie, would you consider right now in your reality that you would be a person that's in a state of transition or in a breaking point?
Right here and now. It's not just I live way out there in the...
Okay, Cammie, you there? Okay, Cammie can't unmute. Lazarus Ross, can you unmute?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so Cammie, would you consider yourself to be a person that's in transition or a person that's in breaking point?
I am definitely in a transition mode, and I think I'll always be in a transition mode.
Okay, well, if you think you'll always be in a transition mode, then you will definitely always be in a transition mode. So, Larry Morningstar, are you there, sir? Larry? Larry, you there?
I am, sir.
Okay. Larry, would you consider yourself to be a person that's in a state of transition or a breaking point in your reality?
Transition right now.
Transition, okay. Lazarus Ross, would you consider yourself to be in transition or breaking point?
I would be transition.
Transition, okay. Ted, would you consider yourself to be in transition or breaking point?
Transition.
Transition, okay. Guys, if this is not an eye-opener for you right now, if you're tuning in through YouTube or you're watching this after the fact, do you realize that people don't even train this stuff? They don't teach their people, and they wonder why there's such a high failure rate. This is the reason, guys, because people don't even know who their target market is. So if I reach out to touch base and say hello to a person, and they tell me that their life is in complete euphoria, they're living their life purpose. I listen, guys. I listen to the language, okay? You know, so Tom, what's happening in your reality these days? Oh man, it's going phenomenal. I mean, I'm traveling the world. I'm doing speaking engagements. I'm totally living my life purpose. Oh man, I am living the dream. Okay, they've literally disqualified themselves. They're not in transition. They're not in breaking point, and they've told me specifically they're on their life purpose. Okay, so that person, when they're talking, they're going to be in a state of euphoria. Can you please keep muted there, please, Owen? Can you please mute yourself, sir? I'm gonna have to, or if it's a lady, I'm not sure. Can you please mute yourself? Okay, I'm gonna have to just. We're just gonna have to just get you out of there. Okay, so my train of thoughts off here now, guys. So what I want for you guys to understand here is that first of all, you've got to identify with people. You've got to connect with people. This is the whole purpose of what's called networking. What is networking? Guys, I want you to understand this. Every major deal that I've done, every joint venture contract I've ever signed, every millions and millions of dollars that I've raised, every management team that I've ever rolled out, every single deal I've ever done, my entire business career has been done from networking. So don't think that you're in some special other reality in the world of networking that's any different than real business. And if you've never actually done any type of senior level management or joint venture deals or sponsorship deals or launched a company and had to go raise money, it's all done through networking, guys, all of it. So if you treat your business like a real company, like a real business, how do you think, you know, Coca-Cola does some deal with Gatorade? How do you think that happens, right? They're at some conference and the CEO or the vice president of marketing, you know, has an idea and he goes over and mingles and schmoozes with the vice president of marketing for Gatorade. They get a little connection. They start doing a little brainstorming. Well, what if this? What if that? What if that? You know, that could possibly work. They come up with a little bit of ideas. You know what? That could possibly be a fit, right? It's connecting. It's relationships. So when I used to go out to networking functions as a vice president of marketing, guys, it was my responsibility, guys, to go find the deals. How do you find the deals? You go build relationships. You connect with people. You find out about their business. You find out about their life. You listen. You ask questions, and you listen to people. There's no features and benefits. There's no pitching and closing. There's no talking about your antioxidants and your patents and your track record. There's no talking about your management team. That's not networking. So when I hear people, you know, and they send me these 6-paragraph exposés about pitching me on their company, guys, you know what? You don't even understand this industry, and that's why you're broke. Okay, that's why I've made millions in business on my career path, because I understand this stuff. So what I do is I teach my students exactly the exact same model that I do to do joint venture contracts, the same model that I do to launch companies, the same model that I do to raise millions of dollars, the same model that I do to become a top recruiter, the same model that I do to hire my management team. How is that done? There's no pitching in it. Now, here's what I will tell you guys. When I started in this industry, my mentor was a multimillionaire. And my entry price into this type of a business model, which was over 25 years ago, was $4,000, $4,000. Now, keep in mind, what do you think that would be in today's day and age? $4,000 is what it cost me to start my business. Okay, so imagine this: I'm sitting at this big, huge desk, and my distributor application form is sitting off to the side with a check for $4,000 that I've had made up, and it's sitting over there on my distributor app form. And it's quite a large desk. I mean, it's not like I can just reach over and grab my check back. So my millionaire mentor says, Darren, you know, if you ever want to make it big in this type of a business model, the rule number one is I do not want you talking about our company. Now, guys, like, holy cow, how's that going to work? Now, I came from pitching and closing, features and benefits. He said something very interesting to me. He said, I don't want you talking about our company, and I don't want you talking about our products. Guys, I was literally like that with a blank look on my face, like, how is this going to work? How the heck am I going to sell these products without talking about the company and without talking about the products? How's that even possible? What am I supposed to talk about? I want you to talk about them. Okay, now I'm even more confused. So you're telling me that I'm going to sell this here, and you want me to talk about them, and I'm going to sell this. Are you for real? How's that going to work? So what I realized, guys, is this. I said, if I'm not talking about the products, and I'm not talking about the company, who is? The video. The video's going to talk about the company and the products, not you. Your goal is to identify whether the person is in transition or if they've reached their breaking point. Now, how are you going to know? You've got to get a connection. How do you get a connection with a person? You find things in common. Do you realize that if you can find 3 things in common with a person in the first 5 minutes, they like you? How about that? 3 things in common in the first 5 minutes of your conversation. They like you. They don't even realize why they like you. People like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. They like to do business with people that they're either like or that they aspire to be like. So if I can find 3 things in common with that person, they automatically start to like me. Now, typically what happens, unless you're a person that's not telling a person the truth or you're lying, okay? In the event that that's the case, then what happens is that if they start to like you, they typically start to trust you, okay? So it's a very, very interesting thing, guys. So when because people are never explained on how to actually even do this type of an industry. So let's say, guys, that I've got a stack of business cards, okay? So here's my stack of business cards of people that I know, okay? My goal is not to sell you. My goal is not to convince you. My goal isn't even to talk about my company. My goal isn't to talk about my products. That's not networking. That's not even how it's done. So when I get calls from somebody starting to pitch me on their deal, I can't even believe that they have never been trained, because I just take this for granted, because it's exactly what I did in my real business. It's exactly how I hire my management teams. It's exactly how I do my joint venture deals and my sponsorship deals. It's exactly how I do everything. All business is done this way. Every type of business is done through relationships. Do you know that when people just have a good connection with one another, they want to do business together? So if I'm at a trade show and I don't talk about anything to do with my business, guys, nothing, right? But let's say, okay, here's an example. This is, my gear. Okay, so I've got gear for my brand. Okay, so here's my gear. Okay, so I've got this hat, right? And it's got branding on here. You can see it right here, right? It's all embroidered. And it's got stuff on the back here you can see. It says MLM Superheroes World Tour, right? And then it's got this thing down the sleeve, right? With the domain name. You can see it here. So a lot of times what happens is that because I'm not talking about my business at all, guys, I never bring it up. I don't bring it up. But when I go out, my gear looks really cool. This is like fluorescent, like yellow, and it grabs people's attention. And when I'm out and about, and I'm basically totally free. I mean, I don't have to set an alarm clock. I'm just free. I go into these restaurants, and I bring my laptop computer, and I set up my laptop. People in these areas, they start to see you on a regular basis, and they start coming over and asking you what you do. Okay, so when they ask me what I do, right, I turn it around and I start asking them, well, actually, you know what? Forget about that right now. Tell me about yourself. It's all about them, guys. They want to know even more about what I do. I don't tell them. Right? That's, I've got the cookie. I've got the cookie. Right? A lot of people will say, well, what do you do? And they just start blah, 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 blah. Okay? I don't do that. So I want to find out about that person. I might start asking them questions and, you know, just out of curiosity. I mean, if all your bills were paid for you each month, what would you be doing with your time? You can find out a lot about a person if you ask that question, guys. If all your bills were paid for you each month, what would you be doing with your time? That's when you start to connect the person to their true passion. What's their passion, right? What's their passion? What's their driving force? So, guys, when I start in any company, now this is completely generic, okay? I don't care if you're with, you know, Organo Gold, if you're with Zija, if you're with Amway, if you're with Prepaid Legal, if you're with Explosial, if you're with Singular, you know, it doesn't matter. You could be with Visalis, it doesn't matter, guys, okay? And one of the areas where most people get trained wrong, okay, is they get trained what's called the hype model, okay? And it's like a bubble that goes like this, and it goes, and then it pops, and then what? The whole thing falls apart. And everybody's like, what happened? Oh, what happened, right? Now, if you use the hype model, I'll tell you what happens. You set yourself up for failure. Because if it's so great right now and a person says, well, I don't know, I'm not really interested, let's see how you do first. You know, like once you're at $10,000 a month, I don't know, maybe I'll consider it then. But you go perform first, and then, this is what happens when you do the hype model, and then if you get to $10,000 a month, then I'll know it's really, really real, because you should be able to do that real quickly, come up like, what, 30 to 90 days, right? So I'll just sit on the sidelines and I'll watch, because if it's that good, I mean, I'll bet you'll do really good at it, right? That's the hype model. You set yourself up for failure. Don't do the hype model, guys. It doesn't work. So what my goal is as a recruiter is very, very simple. Very simple. Number one, I want to connect with you. Connect. That's it. Connect. I want to find out what's going on in your life and listen. There's no pitching in that, guys. There's no pitching in asking somebody what's going on in their life and listening. Okay, there's no pitching at all. You don't talk about your company. You don't talk about your features and benefits. You don't talk about any of that. I want to find out what's happening in your life, and I want to listen. That's it, okay? Now, you're going to talk for a certain period of time, and you're going to say, what about you? I don't talk business, guys. This is called business etiquette, okay? Now, they don't teach this in network marketing companies, because this is typically only learnt You learn it from trial and error, believe me, when you're trying to close multi-million-dollar deals and do joint venture contracts with other companies, right? If you don't learn this, nobody will do business with you on high level. When you're in senior level management and you're vice president here and you got to go close a deal with another vice president over in another place, if you don't know this stuff, guys, I'm telling you what, your company is going out of business. You get very good at connecting, breaking the ice, building rapport very quickly, and getting comfortable going into situations where you have to connect with people fast, fast, fast. You may have a window of 30 seconds to meet that particular guy right there, and you better be good. You better be good, because that right there is that guy right there that can make you a multimillionaire. And if you don't have it together, you just blew the deal for your company. So you better get it together pretty darn fast and figure the skills out so that you can go meet that guy, because you need his phone number and his email within 30 seconds. I hope you can do it. That's called high pressure. And you learn really darn fast on how to be good at connecting, breaking the ice, building rapport, complimenting people, figuring out how you can get into their pocket, right? Their little pocket, how you can get in there and get in there to get a connection with them. You learn these things very, very fast, guys, when it's either that or you lose your job. You either perform or you're gone. You know, when you're past $100,000 a year and the company is depending on you to fulfill something, you better get good at a skill. So here's what I will tell you. My goal as a networker is to either go to you or through you. Okay? To you or through you. Now, how am I going to make the decision if I'm going to go to you or through you? I'm going to ask you what's going on in your life, and I'm going to listen. You're going to talk, and I'm going to say, cool. You're going to say, what about you? I only talk about my personal life, my son, vacations, travel, adventure type stuff, trivia, entertainment, a book I've read, a seminar that I've attended to. But my goal for my portion, what I'm talking, is I want to tell you a couple of stories and change your state. What does it mean? What does it mean, change your state? So if you're like this and you're on the phone, I want you to be like, that's a change of state, guys. You're here, okay? My goal is to, because if we're both laughing, synchronicity. Synchronicity, guys. When two people are laughing at the same time, their bodies synchronize. Now you've got a connection. Now, once I have a connection, you start to go like this. Because if your life's going terrible, you're closed up like a clam, like this. My goal is to be able to do this and get you to open up. If I can do that, then I can connect with you. If I can change your state and get you to laugh, you open up, and now I'm going to get to the truth. Now I'm going to get the real truth. What's really going on in your life? I took 5 minutes to make a connection, but now, if I ask you how you're finding the economy right now overall, you're going to tell me the truth now. You wouldn't have told me that 5, 6 minutes ago. But now, you're going to tell me the truth. And that's the difference. Now, when I ask you that, I am listening like I've got spidey sense with my ears on the phone line. I can hear a crack in a voice. I can hear tonality. I can hear any type of little nuance. When you're about to talk, I can hear it. Now, if you're not in peak state, right, if you don't go, oh man, it's going phenomenal. Oh boy, if you don't answer that way, I know that it's not going good. Okay? Now here's what I will tell you guys. If you incorporate these 5 words into your conversations, 5 words, okay, into your conversations, all your relationships will go to a completely different level. Okay? You know, so how's your day going so far? Pretty good. Really? Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. 5 words. So how's your day going? Oh man, it's not going really good. Really? Tell me more about that. That will take you down deeper into your conversations, and you will get further connected to a person, and they will start to open up and be vulnerable to you. Okay? Now, if you get this, guys, if you get this, you really will learn how to win friends and to influence people. Because it's all about taking off your mask and being vulnerable, connecting from your heart. Stop thinking about commissions and recruiting and start getting into here, into your heart, and into a connection. Connected, person to person, soul to soul, right? That's where you're going to be a top recruiter. It's not here, okay? So, guys, what I want to share with you here right now is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go live right now, guys. Okay, I'm going to go live. I am going to show you some strategies that I've done just in this last couple of days, and I want you to open up your mind to possibility thinking, because I want you to start to think like I think, okay? Because I'm a guerrilla marketer, guys. I'm what's called a guerrilla marketer. What's a guerrilla marketer? A guerrilla marketer is a person that comes up with concepts and ideas and puts a spin around them, and for nothing, I can make something go completely viral. I can do it on my own, or I can do it with the team. It doesn't matter to me. I've done both. It's obviously better with the team, but a lot of the campaigns that I roll out for companies, a lot of the campaigns that I roll out for, you know, my own company, if I've got an advertising agency or a public company or whatever, they're mostly campaigns that I come up with myself, right? Like I did a campaign for a chain of dollar stores called Dollar Mania. And it was a piece of paper, it was a glossy piece of paper, and it was, the chain was called Dollar Mania, okay? Then the stock was, you know, it was called Bargain Products, and then underneath it, their chains were called Dollar Mania. So what I did was I had this piece of paper, and it said, "The buck stops here." And it had a real US $1 bill on it, okay, a real US $1 bill. And when it was stuck on with a special type of, you know, you see the direct mail stuff. It's kind of like, I don't know what they call it, but it's kind of a little gluey, sticky stuff. It doesn't glue it right on there. It's kind of like rubberized a little bit. And when you took the dollar off, right, guess what was under that? The trading symbol of the stock. And we did a blast out, and it went out to all the brokers. I mean, holy crap. It's like, you know, rocket launch on that one. But anyway, so what I want to talk to you about right now is a couple of strategies that I've implemented. I'm going to go right into behind the scenes here, guys, and I'm going to show you live what the results have been in less than 24 hours with one guerrilla marketing campaign that I've come up with, okay? So this is live. I can't fake this stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go live. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on to my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto my Facebook account. And I want you to understand, guys, that most people don't know how to use Facebook. They've never been taught. They've never been trained. They really don't know what it is or how it even works. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you about Facebook is that this area right here up at the top, this is like a billboard. It's like going down the street and seeing a billboard of something and you know, you've got an opportunity to advertise whatever you want to advertise. You can advertise your brand, you can advertise your team, you can advertise an event, you can advertise personal development, you can advertise who you are as a leader. But this area up here, that is advertising space. And every time somebody logs onto your page, they're going to get whatever message that you've got. Now, typically what I do is I have a bunch of these that I have, and I rotate them. So if I go in here into choose my photos, I just want to give you an idea of the power of this. So I'll go here into photo albums, and I'm going to go into cover photos. Okay, and let's say that for a short period of time I want to roll with this one. Okay, so now what's going to happen is that this, now I want you to understand that if you really do this properly, like I run this stuff like I'm running a real like corporate campaign. There's no like half-ass here, guys. Like these are like professionally done photographs that, you know, this is like it would run on a billboard, right? So if you run it properly, you will start to get what's called brand recognition. Brand recognition, where people start to recognize your brand as being a very professional brand. And that's when it will start to go viral, okay? So I want to turn back the clock here, guys, and I want to show you how this thing recently rolled out. And what happened, I'll tell you what happened. I was at a restaurant, and I was, you know, I had this vision, and I thought, I'm going to test this to see what would happen. So I did this, what I call a pucker pick, right? And I was kind of joking around with somebody at the table, and I said, like, why do women do this duck face thing? Like, I mean, like, I can't get over, like, it's not attractive. Like, I put, like, hey, ladies, you know, just so you know, smiles are much better than duck face, you know, in case you're wondering when you take pictures. And it got a huge amount of comments. That's called test marketing. So I saw the market responded, right? So I followed it up with this. Okay, it's a picture of me. And you know, you can see here from the comments that it generated 191, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 197 total interactions, and a total of 52, 3, 4, 5, 6, 57 likes. Okay, so this was called the test. So once I tested it and I saw that it got that type of response, now I moved to the next phase of the campaign, and I now post it, and I decide that I'm going to run a contest. Okay, like I call it the pucker challenge. Okay, and I'm going to find the post that I rolled out after this. I'm going to show you exactly how this entire campaign rolled out. Okay. Okay, so here is the first campaign, guys. Okay, so I did the test, right? The test got 191. So what do I do now? I'm now moving into an actual campaign rollout. Okay, oh, it's actually further. Okay, so it says, okay, I admit it, I'm a trendsetter. The MLM Superhero announces the Pucker Challenge. It's officially Pucker Picks Week for men. Do you have big enough balls to participate? Let's see. Post your profile pic on this post, and let's see if you got the balls to do it. So what happened, guys, is that people started posting these pucker pics. Okay? Now it's actually even further down here. because it was a couple days ago that I did the testing. Let me see if I can get the actual campaign that rolled out. Okay. When you see what happened from this one little campaign in 3 days, guys, I'm telling you what, it's going to completely blow your mind. Okay, here's where they started showing up on my wall, okay? Okay, so here it is right here. This is the first post. Now, watch what happened. There's 226 comments on this one post. 226 interactions with people that are interacting with the actual post itself. That is a ridiculous amount of exposure of every time somebody posts a picture or posts a comment on here, guys. Every single person is notified right here on the side of their screen with a notification, right, saying that, you know, hey, such and such just posted, such and such just posted. So, I mean, look how long it's even taking to load. I mean, I'm not going to let the whole thing load, but it's 226, and it's an endless stream of all of these things. So I start off with this, okay? So what happens is they start showing up, man. People weren't even posting to this post anymore. They were posting to multiple other places and on my page with these pucker pics, okay? Now that means that every single one of these is going to be branded. It says right now, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little, Darren Little. So people start to see the brand all over the internet, and it's all referred back to me with these pucker pics, okay? So now what happens? Okay, so that was the first test. Then I say, okay, hold on a second here. I'm going to create another spoof from that, and I'm going to bring the women into it now. So what I do is I put out another post up higher that says for the women to post their pucker pics. Okay, so the women start posting their pucker pics next. Then I get Deanna Amber involved. Okay, now I nickname Deanna Amber the internet kisser blower because she's got these, you know, really voluptuous lips, and she does these kissing poses. Okay, right here. Here she is right here. Okay, you can see her. Okay, so the posts keep on coming, guys. Now there's couples doing the pucker pics. Okay, so now, okay, here's Deanna Amber right here. Okay, so if you've just come on the line, guys, can you please mute yourself out, please? Okay, so watch what happens next. So we've gone from the guys' pucker pics to the women's pucker pics to now that both of them, the couples send out pucker pics. Now what I do is I piggyback off the entire campaign using what's called shock and awe. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to piggyback off of other people now. I'm going to piggyback off of babies. I'm going to piggyback off of Kim Kardashian. I'm going to piggyback off of the Hulkster. I'm going to piggyback off of Donald Trump. I'm going to piggyback off, there's Donald Trump. I'm going to piggyback off of Kim Kardashian again. I'm going to piggyback off of Selena Gomez. Okay, now watch what happens when I put out a press release, guys. Watch this. Now this is in 24 hours. Okay, I put this press release out on May 28th. You can see the date right here. Okay, May 28th, 2014. It says, "Pucker up. The MLM superhero announces the Facebook Pucker Challenge." Now watch how I create a spoof of the whole thing, and I wrap it back around to tie it back into my company that I want to promote. Okay? Watch this. Darren Little, also known online as the MLM superhero, announces the Facebook Pucker Challenge. Who will be the reigning champion for the men and for the women on Facebook? Pucker up, baby. Darren Little, also known online as the MLM superhero, has done it again with the Facebook Pucker Challenge. Men and women from all walks of life are puckering up big time and posting their pucker pics from all four corners of the world. Let's face it, puckering is an art form, said Little in a recent interview. Not everyone can master the pucker. It takes talent and skill to bring the lips together in the proper fashion with just the right tension and the right style to really make it all work and make it look attractive without looking like a duck. The real men had something to prove to the women, that if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it's seen like a duck, then it's seen as a duck. So within 24 hours, there was 223 interactions and dozens of pucker pics submitted from top marketers like, now what I do here, this is more piggyback marketing. So I picked all of the top marketers off the pucker pics, and I put their names right here in the press release. Okay? David Wood, Matthew Aaron, Eric Green, BJ Smith, Tom McMurrin, Angelo Gianni, Joseph Bontes, Calvin Starr. Now, what I do here is I link this back to the actual Facebook post. So watch here. It says, men can go here, right, to submit their pucker pics. Who will be king of the pucker? Okay? So it's still with the spoof. So watch this. I click here. Guess where it goes? It goes back to the Facebook page. Okay? So, shoot. Okay. So who will be queen of the pucker? So this is going to go back to the Deanna Amber page, right? So now you can see here that there's women that are posting their pucker pics now all the way down this whole page. Oh, and there's a guy that posts his on the girls page, right? So people start making a whole spoof of this whole thing. Guess what happens? This is called guerrilla marketing, guys. Guerrilla marketing. Okay, so watch what happens now. Okay. Facebook lovers from all four corners of the world are all asking the same question. Who can knock down Deanna Amber, the official internet kisser blower, off her crown? Will Amber come through Sunday, June 8th at midnight EST and post the last pucker pic? Who will be the queen of the pucker? Viewers are standing by. Winners will be announced Monday, June 9th, 2014. Helpful hint to contestants. Before taking your pucker pic, say this 10 times. Pucker pics are powerful. Right? So my goal here, guys, is I'm making a complete spoof out of this whole thing with men making fun of the women doing this duck face pucker thing that they do. Okay, now watch how I tie this in. Little says, oh, no, sorry. It can be a competitive world out there, says Little. That's why it's important to always be on the cutting edge of creativity and provide incredible value once your viewers see what it is that you actually do. See what this says, guys? That's why it's important to always be on the cutting edge of creativity and provide incredible value once your viewers see what it is that you actually do. So I'm using some random thing to lasso masses, and by the time they come back to me, they go, "Oh, okay. Well, hey, they're going to find out about my story. They're going to find about the company that I'm involved with. They may even click on the link and watch my video because of it. Why? Because it went viral." Okay. Now watch this. If you're not setting yourself out from the crowd, you just became another number. Little says that over the course of his 25-plus-year career as a marketer, that it is his guerrilla marketing campaigns that have gotten him the most amount of exposure in the least amount of time. Guys, do you realize I did all of this for free? And this one here press release was $59. $59, okay? Now watch how this ties in now to my company. Little has recently taken a position on the advisory board with an online company based out of Melville, New York called Explosial. Oh, guess where this goes? This goes automatically to my video. Now, I'm going to lasso all these people with some crazy promotion, and a lot of them will click that just out of curiosity, and they'll be watching my presentation. Now, when you see what happens next, guys, it's going to blow you away. The Explosive Gold membership plan is blah, 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 blah. The Explosive Platinum membership is blah, blah, blah. Okay, now here's what I do. Notice how this is a quote, because in a press release, it has to sound like it's a news network that's reporting it. It has to be third party, right? That's why it says Little says, right? I don't say, you know, I think this is a great opportunity, right? I don't say that. But if it's a quote, now I can do a little sales pitch within the third party stuff. Okay, now watch this. By incorporating just one extra sentence on the bottom of emails to their customer base, companies can add $25,000 a month to their marketing budgets with as few as 200 platinum members, says Little. Now, if you're a company, I can tell you this. You're probably going to read that sentence and go, holy crap, like how do you do that? Right? So I want to pique their curiosity here enough that they're going to click one of these links. Okay? I want to give them a little snapshot. I'm not going on and on about the company. The main thing that I want to do is lasso is all the stuff up here, right? It's crazy, it's fun, it's blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell them a little bit about my company, and for more information, Darren Little, more branding, and my Skype and my phone number. Guys, watch this. I'll hit refresh. This has been viewed 330 times. It's been shared on social media in 24 hours. 278 times. Let's just do a little calculation here. 278. The average person has roughly 300 Facebook friends. 300 equals. Guys, do you realize in 24 hours, my brand with the MLM Superhero has potentially reached 83,400 people in 24 hours. In 24 hours. Now, because of the fact that I see this type of response from this press release, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm writing another one. It's getting ready to go out right now for bigger distribution. This one's going to go out through a website called PR Web, and this goes out to national distribution. So think about the psychology behind this, because I want you guys to think like a marketer. I want you to think this process all the way through on what I did to come up with this campaign, because I don't gamble on this stuff, guys. This one press release alone is going to cost me about $400 or $500. I don't gamble. All of this stuff is strategic. Every single thing that I do is all tested before I advance to the next level. So what did I do first? I posted a question on my Facebook wall about duck lips. That's how it started. I posted a thing up here. Guys, you know, hey ladies, by the way, just so you know, a smile looks much better than duck face. You know, so if you're taking pictures, just do a smile. It's a lot prettier. And I put a picture, I think, of, you know, a group of ducks, and then somebody doing the duck face, and then somebody smiling, right? So it was like duck or smile, and it got a huge amount of response. Then I did this, okay? Then I did this. Now, this got response multiple times within a couple of days of not maybe this amount. Like this one was 191 exposures, right? But what happened from this is then I went to the next level where I decided, you know what? I want more interaction. I want more people sending the photos in, because I had a vision of it going completely viral all over the internet. So once I saw that it went viral for the men, I thought, you know what, I'm going to cross over and I'm going to do something for the women. Then I crossed over and then I went, holy cow, I mean, look at the reaction. 191 responses here, 223 responses there. I'll bet if I go to the next level, it's going to go viral. So what happened? I write a press release. That press release cost me $59. But the press release, do you think it's worth 59 bucks if you could get a potential reach of like 83,000 people all over the world with your brand name? Right? That's called viral exposure, guys. That's called guerrilla marketing. Now, do you realize that companies will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to potentially get that type of reach through Facebook pay-per-click or all sorts of other strategies? And you know that if I go to this press release, watch what happens. So this little ad, like I'm doing right now, this has come up 273 on 273 walls. Okay, watch this. I'm going to share right now. Okay, and I will go to my Facebook page. And that means that on other people's pages, this has come up. This right here. That, guys, is called viral marketing, right? Those people are advertising my brand. And if somebody clicks on this right here, they're going to go to a pitch on my company. And they don't even realize it, right? It's 283 times now. It looks like, you know, it's been shared since we've been even on here. 283 times. I don't know if that was, let me just see what this number is, because that could be 10 shares just in the time that we've even been on here. So let's see, 283 times 300. Yeah, that's even more, guys. That's 84,900 reach, right? So that means it's been shared multiple times just since we've been on here. It's been shared. So what I want to put out to you guys here is that most people, the biggest challenge that they have, okay, so let's say as an example over the course of, you know, a month that I want to do, I don't know, 10 of these on different topics. I want to do 10 different press releases. Well, this particular platform, this costs 59 bucks, $59 per time. So where's that $590 going to come from, guys? Where's it going to come from? Most people don't have a marketing and advertising budget. When I roll this out, and this costs me another $500, where's this coming from? How are people going to be able to fund a marketing and advertising campaign without any money? Tell me, how's that going to work? So what I do is I look for companies that provide the most amount of money for the least amount of effort, and the most amount of value for the marketplace for the least amount of money. This particular company, guys, I know that with only 200 people, I can have a $25,000 monthly marketing budget for my business, and the entry price is only 174 bucks. It's not 500, it's not 1,000, it's not 1,500, it's not 5,000, it's $174. And here's what I can do. I know that I can help a business owner increase their sales by 30% or more, and actually show them how to generate a marketing and advertising budget. And I can help a family save over $4,500 on name brand product purchases. So here's an example. This is more, I want you guys to really understand target marketing. Target marketing. Okay, so let's go back into freepressrelease.com. Okay, I want you to see how I target specific markets. Okay, because I want to, first of all, identify, okay, who am I targeting? Okay, so this particular press release went out and I was targeting real estate brokers. Okay, real estate brokers pack open houses with Exploshal's new business and sales incentives. Okay, now the news has to be written like it's a newsworthy story, and if you don't know how to write news, then you're going to have to hire somebody. You're going to have to go to Fiverr.com and write it, because if it doesn't read right and doesn't sound right and it sounds too pitchy, it will not get shared virally. Now let's take a look at this one. Let's hit the refresh button. Now you can see here from the type of photo that I've used, watch what happens when I hit the share button here. Watch. Look at how this little ad comes up. I'm hitting, this is called speaking to the listening. Speaking to the listening. Real estate brokers pack open houses with Explosives new business and sales incentives. Okay, so when I hit the share button, if this pops up on my wall right now, it's going to be a cool little ad. Watch this. I'll hit the share button. Let's go to my wall. Watch the little ad that comes up. Okay, see that? Real estate brokers pack open houses with Explosives new business and sales incentives. So what I'm doing here, guys, do you realize this little ad that you're seeing right here? Okay, now let's see how much exposure that I got from this. Okay, this was viewed 432 times. It was shared on social media 278 times out of those 432. So let's do a little math here and see what the percentage is. 278 divided by 432 equals. That means that 65% of the people that read this press shared it. 65% of the people that read this shared it because they thought that there's somebody that they know that could get benefit and value from reading this. Think about this, guys. Okay, now let's take a look at another one. Okay. The MLM superhero helps business owners. Who's my target market? Business owners add $25,000 per month to their marketing budgets with Explosive. Watch this. Let's hit refresh. Okay. This is viewed 369 times. Let's do a little math. 246 shares divided by 369. Okay, that's a 67% share rate. 67% of the people that read it shared it. 67%. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Let's see what the percentage was on the pucker up. Okay, let's see what the numbers were on this. Okay, so 283 people shared it, and there was 332 people that viewed it. That's an 85% share rate, guys. So that's 8.5 people out of every 10 people that read it, shared it on Facebook or one of these other sites, LinkedIn, Dig, Reddit, Tumblr, StumbleUpon, Google+, Pinterest. Somebody stumbled upon it, 2 people tweeted it, and there was 278 people that shared it on Facebook. That means that that little ad that you saw that had my branding on it went onto 278 people's walls on their Facebook wall. Are you for real? Like, guys, what a way to get your branding out there so that everybody starts to know who you are. Now, here's what I will tell you guys. And this is one of the reasons why I tell people you better start getting educated, because if you're not providing value to a marketplace, guys, forget about it. If you've got nothing of value to offer of training or teaching or personal development or leadership or personal breakthrough or helping people to break through their fears and into their power, if you can't teach them about lead generation or you can't teach them about what questions to ask and rapport building and how to make money, how do they get traffic, how do they go through, how do they set up a Google Hangout? Most people don't even know. Right now, guys, I'm talking to you and I'm doing presentations right now in multiple countries around the world. Right now, as we speak, I'm doing presentations in multiple countries of the world. Cloned versions of me are doing presentations in multiple countries around the world right now as we speak, right? And it's not costing me one single penny. How do I do that? They're all over YouTube. These presentations are all over YouTube. Value, value, and more value. Value, value, and more value. Give away your best value up front for free. So there's a 20 video course here on how to do Google Hangouts. What about how to market online? Everybody's got an hour a day. How to drive traffic. There's a 16 video course here on how to drive traffic. How to build a list and get it to be responsive. Now guys, remember that little cool thing I showed you with press releases? Look at this. 5 minutes
this video, we're going to be talking.
and 18 seconds. Not 2.5 hours, 5 minutes and 18 seconds. I can teach somebody how to do a press release, show them where to go, what to do to set it up, how to make it work, and I don't have to teach it because this is going to teach it. That's called leverage, guys. So if I've got something like this and I say, hey, you know what you really need to do? You need to learn how to use eBay classifieds. Go in here into the university and watch this for 7 minutes, and you're in action. Now, here's what I will tell you if you're an entrepreneur. Most entrepreneurs, just so you guys know, have something called ADD, attention deficit disorder, and they can't keep still. They can't sit for 2 or 3 hours and watch videos, guys. It's very, very challenging for me to even sit through a whole movie. I'm not kidding you. If a movie's playing at home, most of the times I'm kind of walking around and stuff and listening to the movie off in the distance. It's very challenging for me to watch a 2.5 hour movie. It's very challenging. I really got to concentrate and focus and you know, to be able to sit for that period of time. Unless I'm doing something, unless I'm on Facebook or I'm chatting or I'm talking, it's very difficult for me to still totally sit there and not do anything for that period of time. So there's a lot of people out there that are like that. This helps that problem. Why? 7 minutes. You're going to get your education in 7 minutes, and you're going to be put into an action step so that you're going to get some results. Real results, guys. Now, a lot of people want to build a list. They got nothing to give away. I give away a copy of a book, and it's a training manual on how I took my business into 5 countries in 90 days, and it's got a value of $197 on it. Guess what? That's built a list for me of 11,500 by giving away value up front to people. Give away your best value up front. Now watch this, guys, okay? Now, what would you think if you could roll out a business? Now, keep in mind, I did this whole thing as what I call a marketing case study. A marketing case study, because I wanted to let the market tell me whether or not there was an opportunity. And when I was 40 days in and I already made 12,300, I said, okay, guys, we just hit the jackpot. Holy cow, are you for real? I didn't even do any marketing and advertising, guys. This was only people that hit the like button on my Facebook page. Only people that hit the like button on my Facebook page. So let's take a look here. We're on my Facebook page right now. Okay. So I would connect with these 8 people. This is called the money zone. This is the money zone. These are the people that I want to be interacting with. These are people that are, you know, following my brand or watching what it is that I do. Oh, look, there's 3 people that I'm not even friends with. This person's got 134 friends in common. I can see who do I know in here that she's friends in common with. Let's see, 20 friends in common here. Let's see, 53 friends in common. Now I can pretty much look down the scale to say, okay, well look, oh look, Ted just happens to be on this this call right now. You can see it says Ted Prendes right there, and about halfway down. Chad, I recognize from Empower Network. There's Kay Lowe. I recognize him from the Skinny Body. There's Jeff Samus. He's with Visalis. You know, Gavin Mountford. He just launched a product right now. You know, so Kalpesh Inspired Patel. He's one of the 7-figure income earner. He's one of the top guys over at Bonova. So, you know, this might just be a guy that I want to get to know, right? I don't know if his name is Raul or Raul, but I mean, it looks like I'm going to add him as a friend and say, hey, Raul, how are you? How is your day so far? Thanks for stopping by and liking my post. Darren. Okay. So, you know, guys, what I do with my Facebook is I keep it really casual. Like, that's what I would say to my buddy. You know, hey, Tom, you know, hey, just want to reach out, touch base, say hello. How's your day going so far? Cool. Hey, listen, thanks a lot for stopping by and liking my post, bro. Really appreciate it. Boom, I'm gone. You know, so there's no big pitch. There's no big pitch. Okay? There's no pitch. So what I want for you guys to understand here, this is complete vulnerability, guys. I'll tell you what. Like, I don't even know what the answer is going to be here, so I'm pushing the limits here a little bit. Okay. I typically tell my students that I have 25 connections in any given day. Okay? 25 connections. Now, I mean, technically, because I'm past midnight here, you know, and I had a call with Australia last night, and I was right in between being able to sleep, and I had to wait 15 more minutes for him to watch the presentation, and I didn't think I could stay up. So I went down to the gas station and I got some coffee, and I came back, and believe me, that was the wrong thing to do, because I ended up not being able to go to sleep till about like 3:30 or something. So let's do the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so I'm at 32. Right now it's 6:15. I've had 32 connections between my people, my team, new people, incoming calls. Now that's just on Facebook. Now I have it set in my mind, guys, that I'm going to have 25 connections in any given day, minimum. Now when I launch a company, guys, I have 75 connections in a day, 25 to 75 in a given day for the first 30 days. That's like clockwork. After that, it's 25 a day, guys, because you got speed up and momentum. So right now, I mean, I don't know, we got probably a few dozen people on YouTube. We got people here on the panel. There's going to be people watch it after. But do you realize I probably hit my quota just by giving away some value right now? How about that? How about that? Like right now, giving away some value. I've hit my quota for today, right? Plus I did an extra 25 on the side panel. Look how cool this ad looks, guys, right? Now, this is called speaking to the listening. I want to target real estate brokers, right? You think that open house with probably something that they're really used to because they pull them out of their trunks on a regular basis. You mean that we can pack open houses with these new business and sales incentives? I wonder how that works. Click. Bam. Right to there. 279 shares. So the point being that I want to make here, guys, is that, you know, this industry is so easy. Honestly, guys, I mean, if I can start a business with $174, pretend I'm like a single mother working at home, do no paid marketing at all, and 30 days later be generating a $10,000 monthly residual income, are you for real? How the heck is that possible? It's possible once you believe it's true, that it can really happen. Once you believe that that's a possibility to make happen for your life, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So, any questions at all that I can answer? Cam, are you there? Okay, Bishan.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was on mute. I'm sorry.
No problem. So Cami, let me ask you this. So, you know, you and I have chatted a couple of times. I think this is the first time that you've actually come to one of the hangouts.
Yeah, thanks, Ted.
What? Sorry?
It was because of Ted. I think he signed off already, though.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, you know, tell me what, you know, you've had a little sort of taste in marketing and whatnot. Did you get value from this today?
I sure did. You've taught a lot of skill set that are not taught in a lot of the marketers out there. They don't really connect with people like the way you do, and you're very confident about your ability, which is quite refreshing.
Cool. Well, appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say that. Appreciate that. Okay.
You're welcome.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, Cami, is that like I take this really, really seriously for my people, for my team. And when I am working with people and they go through my Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery training, here's what I will tell you. This is fact. Once you learn how this works, you will never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. That you can take to the bank. That's real. There's no BS there. There's no hype. In fact, if you go to my wall right now and you look to those 2 ads down, there's about 10 students that have gone through my training. Eric Green, from 10 years of failure to a multiple 6-figure income earner. Joseph Montez, from a brand new guy to the top of the leaderboards. Rex Harris, from failing to 5 figures for 4 consecutive months in a row. Okay? Calais Beeman just wrote her own book and launched Home Business Television. Nat Green just launched his own company and his own affiliate program. Paul Turner recruited 25 reps his very first month. Gregory Hinton works a full-time job as an IT professional. He's married with 3 kids, and he's at a $4,000 monthly residual income in 45 days, right? Conrado Casalo, 3 weeks, $2,000 a month in residual income. That's $24,000 a year in 3 weeks working in Millionaire Mentoring. 3 weeks. So I can tell you that the testimonials, Allison Hitchin went full-time in 30 days. Dodie Johnson got a $212,000 raise. She was making $100,000. She goes through my training. Now then she went up to $312,000, and at 6 months she decided that she was going to go full-time with me. So she left her job to go full-time. Instantly, as soon as she did that, she got a call from her local Chamber of Commerce to ask her to be a keynote speaker, and she's never done public speaking before. Last week she got paid $5,200 for 1 hour to speak. The week before that she got paid $5,100 for 1 hour to speak. Do you know that just in her speaking this month, she's made almost as much money for 4 hours of her time than she did previously working a full-time job. Full-time. 4 hours.
Yes.
That's pretty incredible. Okay? Lazarus Ross here has had his best month ever in his coaching business, and he's now doing joint venture deals, which he's never done before. This is the first time since we've gone through some coaching with him that his whole mind is opening up to a whole completely different reality on connecting with people, exchanging, offering value, exchanging value with people, right? So anyway, I can tell you that, in the event that you decide that you want to turn your life around, you'll be working directly with me personally, and I can guarantee you that your life's going to transform, bottom line. Bottom line.
Awesome.
Bishan, any closing remarks at all? Anything that I can answer?
I know, Darren, you answered a lot of questions. I think your training is great, and I continue to watch you, and I'm learning a lot, and I appreciate the value that you give.
Fantastic, my friend. Laz, any closing remarks?
No, sir. Awesome training as usual.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay, guys, well, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. What I would encourage you to do is this. If you're just logging on and you've never seen our training before, guys, we literally have a vault of training in personal development, mindset, motivation, quantum physics, how to break through your fears, step into your greatness, step into your leader, and completely take your life to the next level where you never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. My name is Darren Little, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.